Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan.
Opinions vary.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Opinions Vary. That's Opinions with an A. Please like, share, and subscribe. And there he was. We have a zero right there. We also yesterday had a hero. We have a hero and we have a zero. The zero being the one you just saw getting taken out of the police car and brought into the station was Luigi Mangione, the one who coldly and ruthlessly shot Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, in the back, right in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, and has been on the run for the past 6 or 7 days. He was finally captured yesterday at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. We have a hero, Daniel Penny, who stopped somebody who was out of their mind, probably belonged in a mental institution, Jordan Neely, from terrorizing people or assaulting them or possibly killing them on a subway in New York City a year ago. Now, we're going to talk about both. We have Josh Shapiro, the governor from Pennsylvania. He's speaking out because, as I said, Mangione was captured in Pennsylvania. We're going to hear from a Jesse Waters report regarding Mangione. We'll have AOC with just her wisdom and just her brilliance, being sarcastic. We'll hear from her a statement she made about a year ago regarding Jordan Neely and Daniel Penny. And we're going to have a couple of CNN clips where the host who's filling in for Abby Phillips is just a complete and utter moron. And we'll get into that a little bit. We're also going to hear, before I hear from Josh Shapiro, we're going to hear from some crazed leftist on TikTok who's just an example of the lunatics on the left who need to be dealt with and prosecuted when they threaten violence and advocate for violence. So without further ado, let's go.
They caught the guy that killed the UHC CEO. For such a professional hit, it's kind of weird that the gunman didn't leave the U.S. The guy that reported it was a McDonald's worker. I would never advocate for violence on my page, but it would be pretty funny if we beat the shit out of him, and then when he went to the hospital, that if he was out of network and had to pay a huge bill, I think that would be funny. I'm not advocating for it, but it would bring a smile to my face.
So no, you are advocating for it. And you see, TikTok, this is the type of person whose page should be taken down. Not somebody who has conservative views and talks about those views in a respectful way, in a way that doesn't advocate for violence, in a way that doesn't do any of that. That lunatic right there deserves her page, whatever the hell it is, he, she, I don't even know, taken down. You see how that works?
Daddy, chill.
And no, I'm not going to chill. Let's get into Josh Shapiro. And from what we see from Josh Shapiro, we're going to find out very quickly why Josh Shapiro was not chosen to be Kamala Harris' vice presidential nominee. Josh Shapiro is way too smart, would have outshined her, and is way too into the center for anybody in the lunatic Democrat Party right now to accept. Forget about the fact that he's Jewish. Josh Shapiro is way too centrist. At least that's the way he comes off to me, to be anywhere near the Democrat Party in a national position as far as president, or even probably, I don't know, maybe senator, because Fetterman's kind of filled into that niche a little bit. So anyway, without further ado, stop listening to me. Let's hear from Governor Shapiro.
As some have looked to celebrate instead of condemning this killer. Brian Thompson was a father to two. He was a husband, and he was a friend to many. And yes, he was the CEO of a health insurance company. In America, we do not kill people in cold blood to resolve policy differences or express a viewpoint. I understand people have real frustration with our healthcare system, and I have worked to address that throughout my career. But I have no tolerance, nor should anyone, for one man using an illegal ghost gun to murder someone because he thinks his opinion matters most. In a civil society, We are all less safe when ideologues engage in vigilante justice. In some dark corners, this killer is being hailed as a hero. Hear me on this. He is no hero. The real hero in this story is the person who called 911 at McDonald's this morning. The real heroes every day in our society are the women and men who put on uniforms like these and go out in our communities to keep us safe. This killer was not a hero. He should not be hailed.
So you just heard Josh Shapiro there. First of all, the dark corners that is being hailed as a hero, Governor Shapiro, unfortunately for you, that's in your party. All of these dark corners are in the Democrat Party. You understand? Okay? So he also praised law enforcement, praised law and order. Okay? He didn't go crazy when he's illegal ghost gun. Well, yes, the gun was illegal. It's not a gun that anybody should have. It's an illegal firearm. Okay? So he didn't go crazy on a gun control issue or a gun violence issue. He didn't do any of that. He sounded very centrist, very matter of fact. I can't really disagree with anything the man said. Everything he said to me was right. And that's why he'll never, at this point, be accepted by the left wing of the Democrat Party, which has taken over the party. I don't care what anybody tells me. The left crazy lunatics have taken over the Democrat Party. We just saw one run for president and a vice president. We just saw it, okay? So you can argue with me about it if you want. You can spit into the wind on that one because that's a fact.
Guy from a privileged background? Very privileged. Here's a guy who grew up in the home of a father who was a major construction executive, big money guy. Big projects. He goes to the Gilman School in Baltimore, 40 grand a year, graduates at the top of his class, goes to Penn, Ivy League, is in a fraternity, does all the stuff on social media. He's Luigi from Fiji. He's in a computer app gaming club. And
when is that hashtag going to take off, Luigi from Fiji?
He gets his degrees, both master's and bachelor's, in engineering and computer science. Along the way, he spends a summer in Stanford counseling incoming freshmen on how to study AI. This guy had accomplished a lot. So where does he become radicalized? We know that he worked for an online digital automotive marketplace, another place called Uproar, a gaming platform. He moves to Hawaii, where a year ago, we found out, he was arrested for criminal trespassing on public land.
I've never been to Hawaii. I'm 51 years old. This kid's 26, been to Hawaii. He's gone to Ivy League schools. He's obviously not stupid. He's obviously book smart at the very least. Common sense, maybe not, but he's obviously pretty book smart. Guy went to Penn and I believe got a master's degree in engineering. I mean, really? He's obviously a smart guy, but he went off the rails somewhere, and that's what needs to be found out. Who radicalized this kid?
A year ago this week, he pleads guilty, pays a fine, and goes on his way. So what happens in the last year to get him from Hawaii, allegedly, if you believe everything we know so far, to this city to allegedly commit the crime we think he's committed?
And he was obsessed with the Unabomber?
He had apparently read and reviewed online the Unabomber's manifesto.
Must be another one that slipped under the FBI's radar, huh? I guess maybe if he stood in front of a 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 clinic and protested 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿, maybe the FBI would have actually found him. They probably would have put him in jail for a couple of years, like they do to some grandmothers now. But yeah, it must have slipped under another one that slipped under the radar of the FBI. A guy going online looking up and loving the Unabomber.
And he said something to the effect of, this was a horrible crime. This guy took lives. He deserved to be locked up. But he has a point there when it comes to technology. So the question, Jesse, now is, how did Mangione become radicalized? And why did he, if we believe the scenario, pick this man, Brian Thompson?
Do we know if he had back surgery, or there was some item in the news about a relative who might have been denied claims?
Well, something happened. Now, we don't know yet which relative. There were references in some of his online missives about back pain, reading a book about spine issues. He didn't seem to have any problems in the videos we've seen. We found out that he had grandparents who died in 2013 and 2017, respectively. But there's nothing so far to link anyone in his family to some bitterness against the health insurance industry.
All right, well, we need to take a look at the manifesto.
Yes.
That's a manifesto I think we're gonna see.
We will see. In fact, I have a quote right here from it if you want to hear something. These parasites had it coming. I do apologize for any stress and drama, but it had to be done, from his manifesto in his backpack.
All right, well, he wanted to be famous, and now he is.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? We know more about this kid within about, what, 10 minutes of him being captured than we do about that kid who took a shot at President Trump and almost blew his head off in Butler, Pennsylvania. We can't get Kash Patel to the head of the FBI fast enough, ladies and gentlemen. It can't happen fast enough.
Even people...
Here's moron AOC. This woman is a complete schmuck, and if you vote for her, I really have to question. I need to know why you're voting for this person. I need to know why you are voting for this person. What is it? She is a complete effing moron.
Who have engaged in manslaughter or have taken a life accidentally express remorse. And so the fact that a person may express no remorse indicates that there's a risk that it may happen again. And if we do not want to unleash that level of violence, then we should exert a level of accountability.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
His lack of remorse could mean he could cause more violent incidents on trains. I don't even know what to say to that. He's not going to give. This was before he was even on trial. He's not going to go and make a statement about remorse. You freaking moron!
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, that would be nice. Instead of renaming streets for criminals, let's rename one for somebody who stopped somebody who was going to possibly kill people.
You know, later in the night, we're also going to talk.
And here we go. I don't know this woman's name. She makes Abby Phillips seem like Elon Musk smart. This woman. This woman might be. She's up there with probably Sonny Hostin, AOC as one of the dumbest people on the planet.
Talk about Penny and the verdict there. Mm-hmm. There you also have a victim who somebody determined did not deserve to continue living, right? No.
This idiot is equivocating what Daniel Penny did to save people on a subway from somebody who was out of their mind and threatening to kill people and yelling and screaming and out of control. Somebody with a rap sheet longer than both of my arms put together. This woman is equivocating that to this crazed lunatic going out and shooting a man in cold blood in the back in the middle of New York City because he didn't like healthcare systems. That's what this moron on CNN is doing. When is CNN going to do something about this?
Daddy, chill.
Tell me which vigilante action is okay.
You're a donut. You're so stupid.
Thank you.
You're so stupid. You're stupid.
Yes.
What is
this idiot's calling what this kid did a vigilante action? What did the CEO of United Healthcare, did he commit a crime? Was he in the middle of committing a crime when this kid shot him in the back? You effing moron.
Daddy, chill.
One is being proactive, right? So this kid who executed a guy walking away from him, shot him in the back, for no reason whatsoever. Daniel Penny is a hero. You could say anything you want. Talk to people who ride the subway every day. Because I do all the time. So I can't find anyone who rides the subway who's unhappy about this verdict.
All right, so now we're going to hear, is she processing anything he's saying? No, she's not. She just sits there. Okay, let's go to the next one. These people are complete idiots. And CNN, the more you keep doing this, the more your ratings keep sinking. And like I said, the only people watching this are people like me who want to put content out because it's too easy to not comment on and blow your stack over. And it's great theater, okay? That's what it's come down to at this point. I can't help but not watch this crap because it's great for my channel, I guess. That's what we have on CNN. You're great for YouTube content creators at this point. Congratulations.
Well, if you're on the American left tonight, here's my chart. The good guys today, Daniel Penny. The bad guys, Luigi Mangione. It seems to me.
Oh, great. He's actually putting it on paper to try and explain to these fools, but they still don't get it. Let's go back. Look at the woman next to Scott Jennings when she looks at it. Look at the look she gives him.
Here's my chart. The good guys today, Daniel Penny. The bad guys, Luigi Mangione.
Look at her eye. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. I'm not going to play the Kevin Hart clip. I'll do it myself. Look at her. She's like, how dare you? You put this chart here. Oh, you insulting us? You think we're stupid? Yeah, he does think you're stupid. In fact, he knows you are.
It seems to me.
How do you?
Everybody
what's
on the
the
left.
chart for victims?
I'm just telling you what I see out.
The chart for victims. Well, you know why there aren't a lot more victims, dope, in the Daniel Penny case? There's not a lot more victims because he stepped up and stopped somebody who was threatening a subway car full of people. Women, children, everybody. Maybe there would have been more victims on your chart, you fool.
I know. I just want you to finish the chart. Which victim is good and which victim is bad.
Which victim? I'm sorry. Jordan Neely is not a victim. Can we stop? Jordan Neely is not a victim. I'll say it. Jordan Neely, it's tragic that he died, but he's not a victim. He died because a system that we have doesn't have people like him who obviously need mental help and are criminals. They need to be put someplace and kept there. Okay? That's the system's fault. And as I said, Daniel Penny saved who knows how many potential victims that day. You moron.
What I'm telling you is
that's not on the second page.
People on the left can't seem to tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys.
People on the left. I'm asking you whether you consider this person.
We had people praising Luigi.
I want to know
and
whether
attacking
you
Penny.
think that
one is good,
as
one
Congressman.
Is not.
Right. So there you go. Scott Jennings. See, one is good. See, Daniel Penny, good. Luigi Mangione, he's bad. You see how that works? You see, can you put it together? Can you do it? No, you can't. You're so twisted. Trump had, and this all goes back to Trump. These people have been so twisted by Donald Trump that even in a ground ball like this, a ground ball hit right to them, they can't get the ball. It goes right through their legs. They can't get it. They've been so twisted. They're such ideologues at this point that even if it has nothing to do in particular with Donald Trump, these incidents, right? But they've been so twisted by Trump derangement syndrome that anything that's perceived to be on the right or on the left, they just go to it's left. We're right. No. We can't agree with what Daniel Penny did because pretty much that the people on the right, like he's a Marine and and then we're going to throw race into it too because we always have to do that. We got to make it all about race, right? Which is nonsense. That Jordan Neely and Daniel Penny had absolutely nothing to do with race. It goes back to what I said when I was a police officer, right? When people called 911, we didn't say, Central, what's the race of the person that I'm going to help? No, you don't even think about that. You go and you respond to the call. It never enters your mind. Not once. Never once did it ever enter my mind in 25 and a half years. And anybody I've ever worked with, I can speak for them. It never entered their mind. Nobody I ever worked with said, who are we going to help here? What race are they? Not once. Not once. So that's the mentality that Daniel Penny had that day. He's not going, this is a black guy. I better do something about it. No, he's saying, I have an individual here in front of me who's out of control, looks to be very violent, and he's threatening violence. I don't know if he has a weapon or not. He's saying somebody's going to die today. He doesn't care at this point. I need to do something. He's not thinking, it's a black guy. Let me stop him because he's a black guy. It didn't matter what that guy was. If Jordan Neely was polka dot, if he was Martian, if he was who cares, he was going to take action because those were Daniel Penny's instincts. And his instincts were correct. In the end, Jordan Neely ended up passing away after the incident. There were other factors involved there, as we know. Maybe there was a heart problem. Maybe there were drugs involved. Maybe it was the sickle cell issue that he had. There were other issues there. There was no broken bone in his neck from strangulation. None of that. Okay? So this whole narrative, wake up if you're not awake, and just facts. Stick with facts. Stick with 2 + 2 is 4. Just do that and you'll be fine. Don't be like these idiots on CNN. Don't be like AOC. Stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
Donald Trump is not, you don't have to eat dinner with him. You don't have to go to the bar with him. Don't let your hatred for it or your twisted mentality because of Donald Trump, the twisted mentality you've been told to have, don't let that affect the rest of your compass because that's what it's done to all of these people. It's affected them to the point where they can't even catch a ground ball. They can't even get it. And it's embarrassing. And the more the Democrats, the more they keep not being able to get ground balls, the more they are going to sink into the bottom of the abyss. I'll leave it there. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Follow me on TikTok, as long as I still have a page there. You know, if they don't throw me off, they'll let that other lunatic. She'll stay on for as long as they want. Me, I talk something like this, they'll try to throw me off. Anyway, TikTok @Opinions Vary. And also X, @Opinions Vary. Follow me on there. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, continue to follow me here on YouTube. Subscribe right here @Opinions Vary.
Opinions vary.